Have you ever wondered how most motovloggers get that drone-like footage? You know, the one where it looks like they have a drone flying above them and recording them while they ride? Or maybe the one that looks like they've got a personal videographer following them as they ride? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you how I mounted an Insta360 camera onto my 2020 Yamaha MT09 to get that type of footage. Stick around and find out. All right, so this is everything that you're gonna need that's on the table. I've got the extended Insta360 stick, and then I've got just the standard one that comes in the box. And these are the attachments. So you've got the mount and the clamps here. You're gonna need a pair of scissors, and you're gonna need some zip ties. So I've only got two here, but I've got a box of them. So make sure you get a big box of zip ties just in case you mess it up. And then obviously the scissors to cut that. You will likely need some duct tape. And then here I've got, this is like a adhesive foam. Got this from Bunnings. So wherever you're located, you can find that in your local hardware store. And so essentially what I've done is I've went and got two motorcycle mount boxes from Insta. I wanted to attach one set onto the big extended stick, which I'm gonna use for the rear. And then for the front, I wanted to use this small Insta360 stick, just so that I can have it mounted and then I don't have to continuously move it on and off. Just for an example, so this is a RAM mount clamp that you can also use. So if you don't have an Insta360, you can pick up this RAM mount one. It is pretty good. I've used it for a few months for my GoPro. The only problem is that it comes with this ball. I guess you can find one. You can find an attachment for the ball that has like the screw-in attachments similar to that. So you can see the difference between the two is, one, you attach your GoPro or your Insta360 and then use the little screw to hold it in place. But the only problem is when you do that, this little ball has got the strength to hold the stick, but depending on how strong the attachment it is, it's not going to be able to hold the stick steady. So that's why I went with the Insta360 stick, which then ended up being a lot cheaper anyway. That's probably the best way to do it, but it just depends on what you want to do. That's everything here that I'm gonna need. So let's go ahead and install. For the first mount, I will be mounting the Insta360 onto this top clamp here, which the stick will then extend out to there. I've put some duct tape here just to protect the paint a little bit because the clamp is pretty strong, so most likely it will scratch up the paint. So I've put duct tape on both just in case I may want to use the second panel as well. Okay, so I have now connected the clamp to the stick and I'll mount that on. So just make sure that it's super tight on there, which that's not gonna move. And then also clamp this one on as tight as you can. So my rear foot peg still got a lot of room, so it's not gonna interfere with that. I'll just be mounting this Insta360 into that bracket there. Extend it out to what I need. I'll put through the zip tie, through the indicator holder, pull it through, and that looks pretty clean. And then I'll just cut off the excess. And that's pretty clean. Finished product, it's mounted up, and I've extended out a little bit. I didn't end up using this foam pad because I didn't need to then mount it next to this. So, but if you do want to mount yours a little bit higher, which will give you better field of view, then you would want to put that foam pad here along this way, so that then the stick can lean against it and it's not going to mess up your paint as well. But all I've needed is just to clamp it on here and then zip tie the stick onto the license plate holder, and that's all I've had to do. That's all I've had to do. Goodness gracious, I cannot speak English. Sorry, I did forget to show you the other angles that you can get from here. You can use this stick if you wanted to by not mounting it here, but instead where this ball is, use this stick to extend out through here. I'll show you with this smaller Insta360 stick. So if it was mounted just like this, you could have it extended through here, which would then stick out the side so you can get that side view or that side angle shot. So if that's the angle that you're going for, like this, for the second mount, I will be mounting it onto this side, as I've already got my quad lock here, and here there's not really enough space to mount anything, so that's probably the best bet. So I'll mount the clamp there, which will be for my front facing camera. I've only got one Insta360, so I will be taking it on and off to get the two different angles, but at least the mount will already be fixed onto that position, so I don't have to mess around with that. I will mount that here onto this side of the handlebars. Okay, that looks good. So for the front angle, I will be using the smaller Insta360 stick, which has already got the double-sided clamp mount. I don't even know how you ball socket mount. I don't know what you call that. But I will be then clamping that onto here, which will give me that front view. The mount on the front is on, and that's how it looks. So that will be your field of view, like this. So to get really good angles from the rear, you'd want it to be somewhat dead center with the rear of your bike, so which means the stick is not going to necessarily stick out completely straight, so it's sort of it's on an angle. So if you can see here, it's not completely straight, it's going towards the middle, which will give you that nice dead center view, like this. Alright gang, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend to tell a friend. Until the next video, Abreeze Motovlogs signing off. Stay breezy. Peace. Boom.